Hey guys, here we're going to look at an example of how we can write a polynomial function. This is asking us to write a polynomial function of least degree that has real coefficients, a leading coefficient of 1, and -3, 1, and 4i as the zeros. Now what's important about this is that right now it looks like there are only 3 zeros because we only have 3 listed, -3, 1, and 4i. But anytime we have something imaginary, we have to include its opposite if the opposite is not already included. So actually there are 4 zeros here, and so we've got x is equal to -3, x is equal to 1, we've got the 4i, but we also need to include its opposite, which would be -4i, because imaginary numbers are always going to come as a plus or minus pair. So to write a polynomial function, how we'll go about doing this is taking each of the zeros and putting them in factored form. So if x is equal to -3, it would have been x plus 3 in factored form. If x is equal to 1, it would be x minus 1. X is equal to 4i would be x minus 4i. And then this last one, if x were equal to -4i, it would have been x plus 4i. So what we want to do is anytime you have an imaginary number or an imaginary zero, is you should really FOIL those numbers first so we can get rid of the imaginary. So when we FOIL these two, the nice part about this is that the I will cancel. So x times x is x squared. Then we get a positive 4ix and a negative 4ix, which will cancel. And -4i times a positive 4i would be -16i squared. Well, I squared is -1, so this is really just a positive 16. So the shortcut is, if you were to just square this number in front and write it as plus that, that's what you'll get. So again, when x is equal to -4i, positive 4i, it would have been x squared plus 16 in the parentheses. I'm going to go ahead and FOIL these two as well. So when you do that, you would get x squared minus x plus 3x is going to be plus 2x, and then 3 and -1 would give you 3, and then we can multiply these two. X squared times x squared would be x to the 4th. X squared times 16 is plus 16x squared. 2x times x squared is plus 2x to the 3rd. 2x and 16 is 32x. -3 and x squared is -3x squared. -3 and 16 is -48. Then we need to combine like terms and write it in standard form. So x to the 4th, there is no other x to the 3rd besides the 2, so 2x to the 3rd. We've got a 16x squared and a -3x, which would be plus 13x squared, and then plus 32x minus 48. So x to the 4th plus 2x to the 3rd plus 13x squared plus 32x minus 48 has 4 zeros, and those zeros are -3, 1, positive 4i, and -4i.